Hello guys and gals, it's Soulfax here and you're watching another War Thunder video. And finally, after a few days, I'm releasing another video. Yes, I was kind of on a holiday and I apologize to all the people who have sent me replays while I was on the holiday for not responding, because I was not in the vicinity of any interwebs or any internets, so I couldn't respond to anything. I was kind of taking a break from the whole internet thing and kind of taking a break from making YouTube videos. Well, I had to take a break because I was not near my computer and I couldn't record or do any of that stuff. But yeah, again, I'm rambling. Anyhow, this is a air realistic battle match on the Essen map, and this is Mr. Iron Horse flying in his HE-112A-0. The HE-112 is a very interesting aircraft historically. The Henschel 112 was created by the Henschel firm around 1933 as a response to the Luftwaffe's fighter contract of 1933. What the Luftwaffe wanted was a high-speed monoplane with all-metal construction that could engage fighters and other bombers at high altitudes. I think I got that right. I might have been wrong about that, but what the Luftwaffe wanted was, in short, a fighter aircraft for the next war. The Henschel 112's main competitor in this contract was one of the most famous aircrafts of World War II and the aircraft that formed the backbone of the Luftwaffe for, well, most of the war, the Bf-109. And as most of us know, the Bf-109 did end up being the Luftwaffe's primary fighter for most of the war, which means naturally that Henschel 112 lost that competition. But why is that? Why did the Henschel 112 lose the competition? The main reason why the Henschel 112 lost this competition is because the design that the designers made over at Henschel was not very upgradable, while the design of the Bf-109 was upgradable to that extent that the basic version of the Bf-109, the Bf-109Bs and the Bf-109As differ so much from the last version, the Bf-109K4, or well, that's the last version we have in game, the Bf-109K4, that is just basically just a different aircraft, but it's still, in essence, the same Bf-109 that was designed around 1937. So you get the gist of it. The Henschel 112 is a good aircraft, but it was just kind of behind the time. The design decisions that were made around this aircraft were not looking for the future. They were expecting a war in the next few years, and it's just, I mean, it's a good aircraft, but it's not the best aircraft in the world. Anyhow, I'm rambling again. Let's talk about the replay. So Mr. Horse has been climbing for most of this match, and he's been climbing in a very peculiar way. He climbed this aircraft to its maximum potential. He was constantly climbing on the level of almost stalling, and he's managed to find himself a PBJ-5 Catalina, so he decides to first go for a head-on because the PBJ Catalina doesn't have any forward-facing armament. Fortunately, he kind of dunks his shots, he misses the first few shots. This is a cannon-armed aircraft, so the most efficient way to take out such a big beast like this would be either to take his wing or to go for a pilot snipe, and that's exactly what happens here. He does both of those things. He managed to snipe the pilot and then take off the wing of this PBJ Catalina. So right off the bat, a very good start to this match for Mr. Iron Horse, but unfortunately he is not the most highest aircrafts on this team, and there is a Hurricane that is going towards him. Now this Hurricane did the very right thing. He tried to go for a head-on against Mr. Horse, but unlike the HE-112, the Hurricane is not equipped with cannons, so that wouldn't go very well for him. And for whatever reason, this Hurricane decided not to chase after Mr. Iron Horse, and decided to disengage and go back to altitude. A very smart idea, because, well, you just don't want to chase against an aircraft that is most definitely better aircraft than yours. And I'm rambling again. Okay, stop it, I need to focus on this replay. Anyhow, after diving away from that Hurricane, he stumbles upon a TBD in which he puts a few shots and that it crashes, but unfortunately he doesn't get the kill. He only gets a kill assist because somebody on the friendly team managed to put more shots into the TBD than he did. But now he's kind of in a bad situation because he is at low altitude. He does have a lot of energy. I mean, for this aircraft, as you can see, he's not going very fast, but there is a lot of energy for this aircraft because it's not a very fast aircraft. Yeah, again, rambling. Anyhow, there's a lot of enemy fighters at low altitude and at altitudes that are slightly higher than Mr. Iron Horse, but again, he's in a very good aircraft for this battle rating. I did mention that this aircraft couldn't hold its own against a Bf-109. Yes, but it is not fighting Bf-109. It's fighting P-36 Hawks and Hurricanes and Gladiators and other biplanes, excuse me. So this thing can turn with any, and I really do mean any monoplane, early war monoplane. It will of course not outturn biplanes, but it will most likely outturn this P-36 Hawk. Not that it really matters, because when you have a 20mm cannon in the nose and you get this close, you're really not gonna miss, and just like that, he picks up his second kill in the match. So after picking up his second kill, he goes back into the vertical, and that Sea Gladiator is on his 6. Is he gonna go for a head-on? Nah, he's not that stupid, I think. Oh my god, he went for a head-on. That's just so hilarious. He decided that the best course of action at this point in time for him would be to go for a head-on against one of the only cannon-armed fighters at this battle rating. It actually didn't end well for him, and Mr. Einhorn manages to pick up his third kill, and just like that, he's on the 6 of another monoplane, another very early monoplane, the F2A1. And naturally, most of the time, the F2A1 is not going to be able to escape. So, fourth kill in the bag, and that's a very, very fast few kills in this match. But now he's got to face another, well, one of the better aircrafts on the enemy team, the P400. Now, the P400 is not the P40. The P400 is crashed. Yes, he has crashed. I was just gonna say that the P400 is one of the only aircrafts on the enemy team that could actually outmaneuver and that is faster than the HE-112A-0, but unfortunately for that P400 pilot, he kind of crashed. I don't know what happened there, really. Well, doesn't matter. Moving on, next victim is this Hurricane. He almost manages to put the killing blow into him while they were passing by each other. Now he goes into a rolling scissor, and he got the upper hand. He puts a few shots into his fuselage. Unfortunately, he didn't squeeze the trigger long enough. He didn't manage to take the wing off that Hurricane, but now he's on his 6, and even though the Hurricane is definitely a very maneuverable aircraft for this battle rating, the HE-112 will have absolutely no trouble keeping up with him. And there he goes, he shears his wing off, and he's got his 5th kill in the day, ace in a day. Again, this is something that I have not yet managed to do, either in realistic battles or in simulator battles. In simulator battles I was close, had 4 kills and 2 assists, but in realistic battles I think that the most I got was 4 kills. Probably 4 kills. I actually don't play realistic battles anymore. Well, that much anymore. If Germany is not on the simulator battle schedule, if it's something stupid like Russia versus Japan, then I usually play realistic battles. Anyhow, okay, only 2 aircrafts remaining on the enemy team, and both of them are just taken off from their airfield. So let's see who decides to go for. He is the only plane on the friendly team, well, the only type of plane on the friendly team that has cannons on it. But as you will see, there is another type of plane at this battle that has cannons. So he goes for the Blemmenheim. He's kind of losing a lot of speed, but the Blemmenheim is not all that high. Puts in a few shots in that Blemmenheim, and whoa! Bf-110 just takes him out with those dual 20mm MGFF cannons and gets himself his 2nd assist of this match. And that's a decent thing to do. He probably would have been able to take that Blemmenheim out, but the thing is it Blemmenheim? I think it's Blemmenheim. Again, I'm rambling. Okay, concentrate on the replay. So, the last aircrafts remaining alive on the enemy team is again another Hurricane Mark 4L. Mark 4? Is it Mark 5? It's Mark 5, excuse me. And this Hurricane, this pilot of this Hurricane is a very good pilot because at this point in time there's, I think, 4 enemy aircrafts on the tail of that one Hurricane, and he's managing to keep alive for, well, more than 20 seconds. Mr. Ironcore managed to put already a few shots into him, almost collides with the Hurricane and with another HE-112 OB, but now he goes for a head-on and makes a very big mistake because the Hurricane almost manages to put a shot into Mr. Iron Horse. Luckily he managed to dodge that, and now he's going into vertical to see if he can get on the 6 of that Hurricane. But yeah, the Hurricane unfortunately crashes. He put a few shots into the Hurricane, so the game awards him the 6th kill in the match, and the score stands 6 kills, 2 assists, and 2,082, I believe that says, 82 points of some sort. But yeah, that is basically the end of this replay. He got 6 kills, and Mr. Iron Force did fly this aircraft extremely well. But, well, that to discredit his accomplishment, getting 6 kills in one match is not an easy task. He was in a very good aircraft for this battle rating. The only aircraft that could be better at this battle rating was what one of his teammates was flying, the HE-112PO. Anyhow, yeah, my name has been Soulfax. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again next time.